Punch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Blake Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hello.
And we got all sorts of things to talk about today. A bunch of new games came out. Zelda Triforce Heroes, and we had the demo last week. But we'll get more into that. Actually, I think that's the only new game we have to talk about right now. But I did get...
not. Oh, it is not.
Well, maybe if someone updated their list...
I never update my list. It's got to be a surprise, guys. That's just how it is.
And some news, too. A little bit of news here and there. So you guys ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mr. Secretive, why don't you start us off then?
I play Guitar Hero 5. It's so much fucking better than, well, not 5. Is it 5?
I was about to say.
Sorry, live. I meant to say live, not 5. I play
Great,
Guitar
welcome to 5 years ago. I hope you enjoy Guitar Hero 5.
I played Guitar Hero Live. It is the better overall experience.
Well, you did say he was getting back into the retro games.
I did. Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, shit.
But no, I want to talk about Guitar Hero 5. First of all, there are a lot of people that
Guitar Hero 5 or Guitar Hero Live?
God damn it, sorry. 5 sound exactly... Johnny 5 is alive! Anyway, come on, you guys seen that movie, right?
Nope.
Short Circuit? The robot that thinks he's alive?
I think I saw that like a long time
Yeah, it's like an old 80s movie. It's fucking great. Anyway, I played Guitar Hero Live. And,
I was so hoping you were going to say 5 again.
I know.
I almost did. And it's fan-fucking-tastic. Like, it's really good. Like, easily one of the best in the series, by far. Since I've gotten this game, I've played it kind of religiously. And, it works really, really well. Now, I'm going to clear up some misconceptions people have, because there are plenty of people that are like, brah, 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 brah. You have to pay to play your songs, and brah, 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 brah. They're stupid. You're dumb. Don't believe shit people are telling you. It's not true at all. The way it works is, there's 42 songs on disc.
Which is less than any of the other Guitar Heroes.
Correct. But there's over 110 songs in the online mode that you do not pay to play. And instead they have every 30 minutes to an hour updates of a station that's kind of like a television station that plays different types of music videos. And you could see the schedule on their website, and it tells you what's playing then and now and what's playing coming up next in the next 30 minutes to next hour. So, like, you can be like, oh, I want to go play this metal station at 10:30 because I got some free time. Cool, I'm going to go play it. Doesn't cost you anything to play it. And, in fact, as you're playing it, depending on how well you do in the leaderboards, because there'll be one on the left side of the screen where you're teamed up against 10 other people at random, and you're all fighting for the best score. And whoever gets the best score, the top 3 get a high amount of points that can then be transferred over into plays, as it is. So you can play any song that you want at any point. So any song that shows up on these stations, you can then, like, pay using your unlock points that you've gotten, and you can just play it at will whenever you want. And, yeah, it's great. They have tons of music from all kinds of genres, and they swap out music every week. They've added a few songs already this week. I haven't checked to see what they are, but the first selection of songs was pretty damn good. Everything from like Ghost Walker by Lamb of God to like fucking Offspring, and then all the way to like All the Small Things, and yeah, it's just all over the place more or less, and it's a lot of fun. It is a ton of fun. The new guitar layout is really cool because essentially you have 10 buttons, so it's very hard to understand when you're first getting into it. And like as you go from like medium to advanced to expert, you actually feel like a difference in the way the game's played, and you're like, oh wow, this is different. So like at one point you'll have like hold down the first 2 buttons or like the second 2 buttons while also strumming the like bottom 3rd button. So like, and like that's a chord, and like the way the actual like chords and guitar playing in this game work. Feels a lot more realistic to playing in an actual guitar, and it can be pretty tough at times, and like solos are nuts sometimes because of the whole like 10 button thing. And I say 10 buttons, but the way it works is you have 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, then you hold down the first 2, that's a button, you hold down the second 2, that's a button, you hold down the third 2, that's a button, and then you can also just press the strum bar without holding anything, and that's a button. And you have to swap between all of those back and forth at once, and it can get pretty overwhelming, but it's so much fucking fun. Like, it is so good. Like, when I initially saw that there's only a 3-button lane now, I was like, this is gonna be way too fucking easy. It's not. It's really, really fucking hard. It's really hard, and it's good. It's so good. And like the biggest downfall the game has is like the single player campaign. It kind of sucks, in all honesty. It's really boring, and it just doesn't feel like you're doing much. And that's like where the whole live action thing that they were showing off comes in at. It's like, it's cool at first, but then you're just like, this is kind of stupid, and it doesn't matter really what I do. They're just going to boo me and make me feel bad if I'm not doing good, but I don't fail the song. I can just keep playing. So you could kind of do that if you want to like get better at expert or like advanced mode or something. And just overall as a whole, the game feels way more polished. The controller feels amazing. Like, it feels right when playing it. Like, the actors they have for doing the live action portions are really funny. Some of them are. Like, when you're getting booed at, the audience will sometimes throw like cans at you and shit, and it's pretty funny. And just like imagining Activision setting up their own like stage and doing this shit for like recording of the game, it kind of makes me laugh because some of the stuff that's done is pretty good. Like, it's good. It's a really good overall experience, and it's a shit ton of fun. And I was not expecting it to be anywhere near as good as it is. And personally, I feel it is a huge step forward for these kind of games. They're adding in a rivals mode, which is where you can invite people online to play against you. So instead of just playing against randoms, that's coming in an update very shortly. Obviously, like I said, adding new songs every week, that sort of thing, and swapping them out. So you got a reason to come back and check out and see what's on for that week, and then you can play as long as you want or as little as you want, which is pretty good. It's very nice hop in, hop out game. And I don't really feel like the microtransactions of it, the song plays that I was talking about, are forced down your throat, which is odd because it's an Activision game, and a lot of people say it feels that way, and I think they're completely nuts and on crack because it feels not like that at all. And trust me, I was one of the first people that was like, yeah, I'm going to try it, but it's probably going to be really bad. But I have hope, and I'm very, very fucking surprised with how good this is. Like, if I had to say, choosing between Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and you just want the guitar experience, and, like, say you don't have friends that are going to play with you, or, like, your friends are not able to play with you because they can't play online or something like that, and you just want to feel something new and different that's interesting and play a new rhythm game, like I did, Guitar Hero is totally fucking way to go right now, currently. Without a doubt, I find it to be better than Rock Band 4. So, yeah.
Well, 5 is better than 4.
Yes, it is.
I want to try it. I hope my friend brings it home. He bought it and he lives in Colorado right now. So hopefully when he comes home for vacation, he lets us try it out.
You gotta try it when you get a chance. It's so fucking good.
It's definitely a try before I buy kind of thing.
I understand, and it's really hard to get your head wrapped around the guitar at first. But just know it's gonna start to feel like as you play more, it'll start to feel more and more like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Because really, if you've ever played like an instrument before, it really does feel like you're playing an instrument. And as you go up in difficulty, it feels more and more like you're playing an actual guitar, which is really fucking neat. Because I played guitar for a little while, so I could safely say it feels way more like playing a guitar than Guitar Hero or Rock Band ever has, aside from like the Pro Guitar on Rock Band. But
I've never played a guitar, so until they figure out Saxophone Hero, I guess I'm boned.
Oh, dude, you played saxophone? Me too. Sweet.
Alto?
Yes, but I did it in middle school and then some in high school, and then I was like, fuck this shit. Because, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's I still, like I said, I do want to try it. I haven't played Rock Band recently. I kind of want to wait for more music to come out.
I feel like
some more shit.
It just, like, okay, where Rock Band is basically, Rock Band 4 is Rock Band 2.5. Let's be completely honest here. That's what it is.
But that's what I wanted. Like, that's honestly what I wanted.
And that's fine. That's fine. But, like, there's no online. And that's, like, bad. Because that was even in Rock Band 2, which sucks. And I know there's the update. I know they're going to be adding the more songs from, like, the past disc and all that stuff. And
I do want to talk about that and see what you think about that later on, but, continue.
Yeah, the $14.99 to pay to bring over
Yeah, fuck that.
Pay to bring over what?
You have to pay to bring over your songs from past disc.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
It does, but $15? Come on.
$15, that's a bit.
It's how much it was last time. If you...
Yeah, which I've already done once and twice. So it's does
it let you do it for all 3 games? Or
no. That's each? A piece. Yeah, that's a piece, including AC/DC, Lego, Green Day, including all of those. So, like, when you break it down finally, you're sitting at, like, probably $75 for all of the disc-based Rock Band, which is kind of bullshit. Especially when I've already paid $15 in the past, and now you want me to do it again. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
It's odd, but
yeah.
I can see why they might need to do it, too. I'm sure it has to do with licensing again.
Yeah, I understand that much.
I mean, it's probably not their fault.
Yeah, probably not.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But yeah, again, I'll say it. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Guitar Hero Live is a better overall experience currently than Rock Band 4. And if you just want to play something that you're just going to play yourself, and you want to play something different, get Guitar Hero, because it's fan-fucking-tastic. Now, this game's going to live and die by how well they handle Guitar Hero TV. Because if they don't handle Guitar Hero TV well, like they're saying, oh, we're going to support the shit out of this, and blah, 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 this, and blah, 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 that. If they go back on that promise, this game will fucking flop. But if they continue to build on that, this is probably going to be one of the better rhythm games released this generation.
Nice. I don't know if Activision could put so much work into it. I guess it all depends on how much copies they sell, but...
Oh, I do have one complaint, one problem with this game, so I will list that. I can't stream it. I really want to stream it, but I'm not allowed to, and that upsets me.
Why? Because of the music?
No, that's fine, because I can do that on Rock Band. They physically hinder you from streaming it through your systems. The share play button is disabled in the game, and on Xbox One, the Twitch app is disabled in the game. You cannot use either one of them.
That's a little silly.
Yeah, it might have to do with licensing, too. But...
Yes, but if that was the case, wouldn't they not allow Twitch streams at all? Because there are Twitch streams up currently, and they have been since before the game even released, and they have not been taken down. It's just they do not allow you to use the in-game apps. You have to go and buy some kind of way around it to actually stream it.
Yeah, which is their way of saying we don't want you to stream this. But, I mean, they can't physically prevent every single way of you streaming it.
They actually could. They could be like, Twitch, don't let people stream this, which is a thing that Twitch does now, so they could do that.
Maybe they just don't care that much. Enough to just disable it, like, easily. I mean, they probably just don't want to give people, like, the biggest... I mean, probably don't want to see, like, the biggest dickheads ever. Like, I mean, if they went to, like I said, I'd probably do with licensing, and they're probably like, oh, we don't want people to stream this. And they're like, okay, we'll turn off the streaming stuff, but they're like... they still want the advertising and stuff, so, you know, people are going to go out of their way to stream it on Twitch, like, I doubt they're going to go out and be like, stop that!
I really wish I could go out of my way to stream it on Twitch, but I don't have I don't have a working, currently, HD PVR, so I'm kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I did, I'd be streaming Retron 5 and fucking Xbox One, PS4, it'd be so good. So yeah, I played that game, and that game was fucking awesome, so... That's pretty much been my time this week, though. I've just been playing a shit ton of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Actually surprises me.
I mean, like, I played a few things. Like, I tested out the games I bought. Like, I tested Tetris, and I actually got sucked in and played Tetris for quite a bit, because I was like, it's fucking Tetris. So it's like, yeah.
Motherfucking Tetris.
Motherfucking Tetris. Dun 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 dun.
That is how that goes. That is 100% how that goes.
I fucking love that song, and I love Tetris, so I had some fun playing that. I also played my normal games, such as CSGO, because that's what I do. I play CSGO, so
yeah.
That's just how it is.
So is that all you've been playing then?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really busy work week. It's been crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nick, what you been playing?
Actually, for whatever reason, I haven't been in the mood to play anything in particular. I'm in this really weird zone right now because I don't want to start anything that's really time intensive because I'm about to do that in 15 days. I guess 15 days from this recording, less of which from when this releases.
Yeah.
So it's I've been just seeing if there's anything here and there I can fit in, just kind of play.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, what's better than to play a game about making video games? So I have gotten sucked back into game Dev Tycoon again.
Oh, that's a fun game.
And I've been playing that. And that's
do you know what happens if you pirate that game?
Yeah, I remember that. I know what you're
Don't
talking
people
about.
start pirating your game?
Yeah, in the game they start pirating your game, and then there's no way for you physically to be able to actually feasibly for you to be able to win, because eventually it tells you that your game has been pirated and your developing company has gone under. It wouldn't have been great if someone had actually paid for your product, and it kind of does that sort of thing to you if it finds out that you pirated their game. It's pretty neat.
It's actually really funny.
Yeah, it is.
But I have a lot of fun with that. And for anybody who hasn't played the game before, it's more of a retelling of video game history from the past 30 or 40 years. You start out at PC and Commodore and kind of stuff, and then it eventually ends at future consoles, so not even PS4 and Xbox One, more what they perceive to be the ones after, so PS5 and stuff like that. And you can make your own console, you can make your own R&D department. So it's really fun. I'm not the most creative person, so it's just okay, space game for the Super Nintendo. All right, whatever, Star Fox it is. So it's I'm just why am I going to even bother making up?
On. You gotta make up some great names.
It should be Star Falco, stupid.
Star
Falco.
It's space game for the Super Nintendo. I'd be fucking, I don't know, Jets and Blazers. Jets and Blazers.
Sonic.
Jets and Blazers.
Star Falco Adventures in New York City. But so yeah, it's a fun little time killer. And actually, you don't realize how much time you spend playing this game until you make yourself look at a clock. Because I started playing it a few hours ago, and I was all right, 6 o'clock. I got a lot of time before we got to record. And the next thing I knew, it was 7:45. And I was shit, I've wasted so much time playing this game.
Oops.
That's what I like about the Tycoon style games, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Game Dev Tycoon, stuff like that. They're just really fun time wasters, and I've never not been in the mood to play that kind of shit. It's always enjoyable to play. So
it's because they're so good.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it. I don't know about the new Roller Coaster Tycoon. We'll have to see about that when that comes out, because I'm definitely going to pick that up and I'll talk about that. But otherwise, I haven't played much of anything this week. Actually, this past week I was sick, and for whatever reason, when I'm sick, I just binge watch shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched a bunch of anime.
Alright, so everyone's been telling me about this show. Have you watched One Punch Man yet?
No, I have not. And
okay. Everyone's been telling me about this show. It sounds so good. Have you had it explained to you, or have people just been watch it?
But I'm just.
How did they explain it? Because it sounds so good. Because I was told it's essentially a superhero who's so OP that he defeats everyone in one single punch, but it makes him sad because he's but I wanted an actual fight.
Yeah.
So he's really depressed that he keeps actually beating the shit out of everyone with one punch, and he's this is no fun. It's comedy based and it sounds hilarious.
But I finished Food Wars, and that was a pretty okay show. They're definitely vying for a season 2 with that, so however you want to take that.
They'll probably get it.
Yeah, they will. Another show that's going to get a season 2 100% is a Himuto Umaru-chan. I'm not sure if you heard about it, Brandon.
I have not, nor do I know what the fuck you just said.
It's okay. So it's 12 episodes long, and the show's about a teenage girl who, in like school, she's like straight A student, like the prettiest girl in class, that kind of thing. But as soon as she gets home, she's like weeb and nerdy as fuck.
Okay.
And she like hides that from everybody, and it's just like hilarity ensues. It's just like a goofy little show.
Gotcha.
It's
So the opposite of Watamote.
Yeah, basically. And then the last show I started watching is The Asterisk Wars, and that's basically Star Wars. It's like 100% a Star Wars ripoff, but it's beautiful and I love it. So,
Okay.
there's like have like lightsabers in it. Like the sound is 100% the same sound. The way you use it's the same. You press the button, it goes up and it makes like a whoom kind of sound. And there's Jedis, not called Jedis, but they're Jedis. If you watch like episode 1, you'll be like, yeah, no, that's 100. That's definitely Star Wars. But yeah. So besides that, haven't really played much of anything. I might start like something a little stupid either this week or probably this week. I'll probably find something. I'll peruse my library of things and see what I want to do. See if anything jumps out at me. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Nice. All right. Now on to myself. So, I guess I finished up StarCraft II playthrough for now. Finished up part of the Swarm, so I'm all ready for, what is it, Legacy of the Void, whenever that comes out. Like, also 15 days-ish. So, that's good. I'm excited. It's a good time. And actually, I guess the other thing I'm just going to touch on very briefly, too, is Yoshi's Woolly World. I still haven't played a lot. It's fun. I'll get back to that game eventually in, like, full swing, but it's still a clever Yoshi game. But anyways, what I really want to talk about this week, we'll start with Zelda Triforce Heroes. Talked about it a little last week. So, Triforce Heroes. I love this game now, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it only gets better the more that I play it. Because there is just something incredibly charming about when you have the right people, asterisks, and that needs to be put in there. But there's something incredibly charming about this game and fun when it's working right. Like, it's so much fun. And just using the emotes, everyone's got like their little like Link emotes and they're like shaking pom-poms and like thumbs up and I don't know. It just, when it works, it's just so much fun. If I may real quick. Yeah.
Do you follow Nintendo on any like social media, like Instagram, Twitter, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I follow them on Twitter.
Did you see the picture they posted for Triforce Heroes?
Which one?
It's hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Who wears the dress better one?
Yeah, who does it better? And it was Anuma, Shikata, and Mori, and they were all dressed up as the different Links, and they're all doing like the pom poms and shit.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's great.
But so we did talk about a little bit about like the, I don't know, costume making mechanic in the game. So every time you do like a dungeon run, you get at the end there's like 3 treasure chests set out. Each person gets 1. And usually it's like 2 people get like a common-ish item, and then like 1 person will get kind of like a semi-rare item. So, and then once you get those items, you can go back to the dress shop in the village, and she'll make you, like, there's new like costumes and stuff that you can choose from to make. Apparently the story of the game, I don't remember if we talked about this or not, the story of the game is that some like evil being came to this village where like style is like the big thing and cursed the princess. And she looks like, remember when we were talking about the silly dancing WarioWare touched minigame with the little creepy like mime things?
Mm-hmm.
I know you just played through that game, Nick. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
So she looks like one of those now, except like a black leotard, and she cannot put anything over that or take it off because she's cursed. So they recruited heroes. So that's what you're doing. You're trying to save the princess from this curse that's making her unstylish. And so, like, the costume maker, dress person, she, like, wants to make these really stylish outfits for you so you can go and be stylish while you're, like, saving the world princess thing. and each of the different outfits has like special attributes. So you might get like a outfit that lets you have upgraded arrows. So when you shoot the arrow, instead of it just being one arrow, we'll shoot 3 arrows in different directions. Or maybe you'll get upgraded bombs, which will give you like bigger bombs to throw than the regular size one. So it has like some neat stuff like that. And like the loot kind of grind is a lot of fun. Ish. I don't know how much I'd go through and play the levels again personally, but it is there. Then, once you beat so for example, in the first area, there's like 4 different stages to choose from. Like, it's a forest area. There's 4 different stages. The 4th stage is the forest temple, and it has like the big boss. Once you beat that area, it unlocks like a challenge mode kind of thing for that area. And so when you go back through and play it again, you can go through and it'll be like, beat this stage. Like, you basically pick a stage, and then you have to pick which challenge as a group you guys want to go through. So the different challenges are like, beat the stage in a certain amount of time, it's dark, like the stage will be dark, and you just have like a little bit of light to go through. Like I think there's one that's like less hearts or like popping balloons and just weird things. It's kind of fun. So, and they give you like better drops as well. So you do have that mechanic going on there. But like I said, the one thing is, and I think it's hard to see until you like play the game, some of the puzzles are really clever. And once you're playing through it with a bunch of different people, and you get to like one of the really clever puzzles and you don't really know what's going on, and then you figure it out and it snaps, it's just like, it's perfect. Like, there's this one that I was playing through the other day, and there's 3 of us, and we worked really well as a team together, like incredibly well. And we got to this puzzle where you're trying to get up to the second, like, level, and there's these swinging platforms. Think like the pirate ship at like an amusement park, like something like that. And you have to get on one of those, and you have to get to another one, and then you have to get up to this ledge. And we could get one person up, but we couldn't get all 3 people up. And at the top was kind of like a path that would just take you to the end of the level. So we're like, what are we missing? We messed around with it for like 30 minutes. We were trying all these different things. And you can't really talk to people. You'd be like, use item, or, whatever the different emotes are. Use item, throw me, totem. So you're like trying different things, and nothing's working. And then, after trying for like 15, 20 minutes, like, I accidentally figured it out. And I was like, oh my god. I'm like, pom-poms, like, going like crazy. And I'm like, figured it out! And so, like, I went back down and showed the other guy how to do it. It just is great. It's got a great sense of, like, feeling to it. And the limited communication, I think, is one of the keys to that. I don't know why. Like, I don't think it would be as fun if I could just be like, Nick, throw me up there. Okay, thanks. You did a good job, buddy. It's something about the lack of communication and how you, like, can express it with those emotes. It's what's making it really exciting. So, I think I've gotten through 5 of the 8 worlds so far. And I've tried a couple of the different, like, challenge modes. And I think it's a lot of fun. I actually think the sound design in this game is, like, excellent, too. Like, this game, I think it's a contender for soundtrack of the year. It's got some, like, really just fun music I just enjoy listening to. And the music kind of has a cross. Kind of reminds me of Wind Waker-esque music. Like, almost like a Celtic vibe in some areas. And then, like, the music in the outfit maker's shop is just, I don't know how to describe it. It's got, like, some vocal stuff that's kind of weird. I don't know. And there's also another neat thing, too, when you're, like, in the totems. Like, so that's when, like, you pick up one link and then the other link picks you up. Depending on what part of the totem you're in, you'll hear different music, which I think is really neat, too. Like, you'll hear different layers of the music. So, it's all really neat. Like, I've been having a great time with it. And like I said, when it works great. It's just, there's something magical about this game when it works. When it doesn't work, it's frustrating. There was one level which me and a group struggled to get through. Struggled. Like, I think we actually, like, failed out once. And it was because someone kept on doing something stupid. We couldn't get through an area. And then we failed out. And I was the jerk who picked the stage to go back in again because I wanted to finish it. Like, we were so close. So we go through and finish it. And then, of course, one of the people goes and picks the stage again. And we're like, are you kidding me? Like, we barely made it through the time we did. I cannot believe that you did this again. Or you just have, like, the partners who are just dicks, and they, like, pick people up and throw them off ledges, and, like, somewhat deliberately, like, they go out of their way to just kind of be dickheads. And I walked into, like, a plaza one time, like, a multiplayer game, and there's just one guy there, and as soon as I walked in, he just kind of, like, runs right over to me, like, picks me up and, like, starts throwing me around. And I'm like, nope, fuck you. I walked right over to the exit thing and left. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. This is how you were before we were in the stage. I'm not even going to do that. I can't even imagine playing this game with you. So, goodbye. And I don't know. Like I said, that can be frustrating, but I mean, the nice thing is I'm not so much of a sword person that I can't go through and finish the challenge that we're on. But once it's done, I'm like, nope, peace out. I'm not playing with you again. This is just frustrating. So, but honestly, those moments have been few and far between. Most people I've played with have known what they're doing, like, really well, and seem to be loving the experience as much as I do. Just kind of based on, like, what it is, you kind of see. I don't know. It's fun. It's a good time. I still haven't tried out, like, local play, or it's got 3-player download play, which is pretty awesome, too. Which the game really wants you to do. There's 2 costumes that you can only get by playing with other friends. So, yeah, I don't know. Anything else you guys want to know about Triforce Heroes?
I don't know. I mean, I still didn't play the demo.
I know.
I might look up actual gameplay of it just to see if it's mainly just you're solving puzzles, correct? That's how I interpret.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like going through a Zelda dungeon-ish area.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that game would be fun, like really fun with the right group of people. But again, also, I feel like that game would also like wear on me really quickly, and I just wouldn't want to play it anymore. So, like, I might get it eventually, but at like a cheaper price.
Good luck. It's a Nintendo game.
I know. No, I know. I realize what I'm getting into when I say that, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. It doesn't seem like the game has that much of a longevity for me, personally.
And that's the other thing I'm really curious about, too. Like, right now, this game's a ton of fun for multiplayer. Mm-hmm. But once I'm through the initial campaign, is it still going to be fun? Like, do I want to go back through and play these levels again? Is there enough of a, like, loot grind mechanic that makes me want to go through and, like, keep on playing levels to get cooler stuff? I don't know. It's too early right now to say for sure. So, I mean, I hope it's a game I come back to later, but I'm really enjoying it right now, figuring it out with people who've never played it before. Mm-hmm. So, because I don't know if it would be even as fun to pick it up like 6 months down the road when everyone's already played through it, and you're just playing with people that already know all the puzzles, you know?
Yeah.
So, even if the communication issues there, but
I feel like if that game had like a level editor, you could like make your own like puzzles. That'd be really cool.
I think it would be cool too, but I don't know how. I think that for this game would be too much for people.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Because some of the puzzles that are in here are like I said, they're not impossible to figure out, but they're pretty deep, and it does take a lot of thinking through the puzzles to kind of figure them out. Because they're not just like, push this block on this switch and that's all you do. Like, some of them require like the specific items to progress through in a certain order. So, it's just, I think you get a lot of shitty levels. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I guess Mario Maker's the same way. I mean, there's a lot of shitty levels.
It's true. But at the same time, I feel like people would really enjoy it. But I don't know. I guess that kind of would be too ambitious maybe for like a 3DS game.
Yeah, that's true too. Also, too, I mean, I haven't tried it yet. I might eventually, but I haven't played through the single player at all. Mm-hmm. Period. And I don't know if I want to be honest. I mean, it's the same thing. You just control all 3 links at the same time. And that just doesn't seem interesting to me. So I'd rather play with just random people online than just control all 3 myself. So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But anything else about Triforce Heroes you want to know?
No, that's good for me.
Okay. Other thing I was playing, Chibi Robo Zip Lash. Still haven't played a lot of it yet, since I didn't have it last week, but now I do. And it's good and bad. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's a platformer, which is good. The zip mechanic and, like, whiplash thing, it all works okay. So, I mean, that's fine. And you're going around, it's got collectibles in each level. I think it depends on each level. I don't think it's the same amount in each one. So, I mean, that's fine. You're going around, you're getting candy. There's, like, robots to get. But there's just some weird stuff in it, too. Like, the electricity mechanics don't really seem to matter at all. Like, I don't think you can run out of battery if you wanted to. Who knows? I'm only in the first world right now. So there's still a lot of room for like more complicated stuff. The other thing that's really weird too is, so when you're at like the world menu, like so World 1 for example has 6 stages. You don't just automatically go to stage 2 when you're done. Depending on, basically what happens is, at the end of a stage there's 3 different spaceships. A bronze one, a silver one, and a gold one. And if you hit the bronze spaceship, you get 1 spin on this wheel. If you hit the silver spaceship, you get 2 spins. And the gold one, you get 3 spins. And this wheel you're spinning determines how many spaces you move on the world map.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be like, do I want to move? You move like 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, and it's like on this rule. It's really random and it's really annoying. I don't know what else to say about it, but
let me know how that game is, because I saw that it got like a really bad, not really bad, but not very favorable.
The reviews have been like mediocre to good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is too, so I tried scanning some of the amiibo. Like I have the Chibi Robo amiibo now. So I've been trying to, I haven't gotten too much done with it yet. I'm still not even like level 1 or whatever. I don't know if you start at level 1 or if you work to level 1. I don't know, because I haven't filled up that bar yet. But I did try scanning. The one thing that's really annoying is it takes forever to scan an amiibos in this game. And I think it's just the game. Like, Smash Brothers doesn't seem to take this long. Like, when you put on the Chibi Robo amiibo, it reads it once to make sure it's the right amiibo. And it tells you to take it off, put it on again, and then it writes to it afterwards. And I'm like, can't you do this all at the same time? Like,
yeah.
I don't know why you're making this take so long. But the worst thing is, like, when you're scanning in, so there's this mode where you can get amiibo, like, you can scan in your other amiibos, like, you're not Chibi Robo amiibos. So let's say Mario, for example. You scan Mario in, and then if you scan him in, then the game will let you unlock, like, a Chibi Robo, like, Mario pose. I don't remember exactly what it is, but whatever. The thing is, it takes forever, because you scan it in, and I think you have to scan it, like, twice again. And then after that, then the game will make you watch, like, this, like, really kind of annoying cutscene chatty thing, where it tells you there's a new amiibo pose or whatever available. And it probably takes, like, 2 to 3 minutes each to scan in each amiibo. And I'm like, this is too long. I really don't think I have the effort to put in to scan all my amiibos in here, because I just can't handle this. This is too much. So, and then I guess too, on top of that, once you scan them in to get the poses, you have to like pay coins to randomly unlock the pose. Like, you didn't unlock the pose by scanning it in. You have to then win it by like a roulette afterwards. Or like a gumball, like chance game thing. It's kind of, there's some really odd decisions that were made in the making of this game.
That seems a little odd.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of you putting the amiibo to unlock it, and then you have to pay for it with in-game money? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't understand it. So, but like I said, the actual core mechanics of the game so far, like the actual like platforming stages, they seem decent. Like, they're a decent length. They take a good amount of time to play through. They're not like super short or anything. It's a fun game, but it definitely, like I said, it has some like poor design decisions, which is really sad because, you know, Nintendo themselves were like, this might be our last Chibi Robo game if no one ever buys this. And I have a feeling that some of those design decisions may cost Chibi Robo his life. So, I don't know. That's my Chibi Robo spiel so far. Anything else you guys want to know about it before we move on to the last game?
I'm good.
Alright. Jackbox Party Pack 2. Yeah!
Ooh.
Nick, you bought the first party pack, right, or no?
I've played the first. I didn't buy it because my friend has it, and once one of your friends in your group has it, there's really no need.
Yeah.
I feel personally for anyone else to buy, unless you have multiple groups of friends, then it works.
Yeah.
But no, I've played Party Pack 1.
So Party Pack 2 brings back Fibbage. That's the only game that's in bold. Then you have Quiplash. You have, so it's Fibbage 2, sorry. You have Quiplash XL. You have Bidiots. You have Earwax. And you have Bomb Corp. Bomb Corp. That's a hard one to say. So,
Bomb Corp is like this game I really want to play that's called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
It kind of also reminds me of like, what was it, Space Team? Is that what that game was called? Not quite the same functionality, but kind of a similar idea.
Have I explained Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
I don't remember.
I think you talked about it last week.
Yeah, I may have.
But I don't know what Mike is talking about.
Space Team?
Yeah.
That was like an iPhone game where, like, I think everyone has, like, a different... They're, like, on, like, a fake spaceship or whatever. Like, everyone has, like, different things that they do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so... And then, like, one person, I think, has directions and has to, like, kind of, like, sort through them all. So, Bomb Corp, though... I'll talk about that fast as we kind of led into that. Bomb Corp, the way that one works is you work at an office where bombs just randomly go off, and you're the new interns, and you have to disable the bombs. And basically what will happen is, like, instructions will come through, and one person, at least in their experience, it can kind of vary up. Sometimes everyone can detonate the bombs, or, like, disable the bombs, but sometimes it's just one person. And everyone will have, like, instructions. So, one of them, like, let's say, one person will get instructions that says, cut the odd-numbered red wires. And then the next person will have one that says, correction, page 1 should say, cut the odd-numbered blue wires instead of red. And then, like, the third person will be like, only player 3 can cut, and it will say their, whatever username you gave in. So it'll say, only Nick can cut the blue wires. So then you'll be like, okay, so Nick has to cut the odd-numbered blue wires, and that's how you disable the bomb. So, it's pretty neat, and then it gets into, like, super complicated things, too, where, like, or just kind of, like, super complicated, like, mini-games, kind of like logic puzzle things. Like, you're not always disabling bombs. Like, one of the games, part of the thing was like, hey, we need you to file these human resources paperwork away by last name, and if you don't do it correctly, the filing cabinet will explode. Thanks. And so,
nice.
Yeah. Or you'll have, like, another one, too, where it'll be like, hey, disable this bomb, but the instructions were made by kids. And, like, it'll be like, the odd-numbered wires are cool and wicked. And then, like, the next one will be like, the even-numbered wires are cool and stupid. And, like, the third one will be like, cut the stupid wires. So they need to, like, go through and kind of, like, figure out, like, which ones they want you to, like, cut. And, like, things like that. It's a lot of fun. It gets, like, really hard, though, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had a good time with it. Second game we played on there was Earwax, which I thought was... none of us liked the game. We actually all wanted to stop, like, after the first round. And basically what it will do is, like, the judge character will pick something. Like, I don't know. Let's just say it's, like, what you want to do to someone when you're in a car, they're making you road rage. And then the other players on their phones will have, like, a list of sound effects, and everyone has different sound effects. There'll be a list of sound effects, and you have to, like, take 2 of them to kind of sum up what that sound is.
Uh-huh.
So, like, for example, like with the road rage one, we actually had that one, and someone had, like, the noise of a table saw, and then someone drowning. And it's just, like, silly things like that, but it's just, I don't know if it's the presentation of the game, or, like, the pacing of the game, but nobody ended up really liking that game. Like I said, we were bored, like, very quickly with it. It did not fly. So the third game that we played was Bidiots. So that one's a drawing game, kind of like Drawful.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically will start off, it'll tell you to draw 2 things. And the one thing that you don't really know right away when you start playing the game, but you'll realize as more people play it, like, everyone will have to draw, like, 2 kind of similar things. So, like, one person will have one that will say, draw a person playing on a piano. And then the next one will be like, draw Ray Charles. And then the next one will be like, draw a man wearing sunglasses. And then, like, the next one will be like, draw a man wearing Ray-Bans. And so then you're, like, looking at all these... Oh, so you have all those pictures. And then on top of that, there's, like, a bidding mechanic. So after everyone draws their pictures, then you have to bid on them. And, like, you'll have, like, everyone will have, like, a little bit of their own information. And it'll be like, the Ray Charles photo is worth $500. And then there will be like the man playing musician, the man wearing sunglasses, musician wearing sunglasses. That one is worth $3,200, we'll say. So then you have all this money to bid on these things, and basically you have to try to like get the most value of your money because everyone only has like limited information.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really know what's valuable and whatnot. And the other thing is too, because just like in Drawful, your pictures look like shit. So as you might have guessed, musician wearing sunglasses, and Ray Charles, you might as well be the same photo. Like, you don't really know which one's which. So, it puts a whole interesting mechanic on it. We actually really enjoyed that one a lot. I thought Drawful was better, but we went back and played Drawful later in the night, and everyone's like, I'd rather play Bidiots. So...
Thing with Drawful is, like, they throw some really weird fucking curveballs. Like the weirdest shit. It's like draw a giraffe at like a craft fair or something.
Oh yeah,
it's like always just something just really out there.
You know, though. So the funny thing is, when we played Drawful last night, I had the easiest thing ever to draw, ever. And my thing I had to draw was rewind. I just
perfect.
I put two little triangles pointing to the left, and then like everyone's complaining. They're like, I keep on typing in the right answer for this one, and it keeps on telling me I can't do that. So then people tried to put, like, hyphens in it and, like, try to throw people off that way. But, yeah, it's kind of... It is a little bit ludicrous, and I think that's kind of what can turn people off. Because sometimes you just don't know what to draw for things.
Yeah.
But Bidiots, the nice thing is it kind of has, like, a mechanic that keeps everyone guessing all the time, and you can kind of fuck people over. It also gives you, like, a screw, kind of like you don't know Jack. So you can screw someone into bidding on something that might be a little too high. So, it's interesting. I do like it a lot. That one was fun. So, Fibbage 2, I'm really not going to explain more on because we already talked about Fibbage to death. It's that one where they kind of make you have like a sentence and you have to enter a lie in. And you have to try to trick people to guess your lie while personally guessing the correct answer. So that one's fun. And it's still fun. And it hasn't changed much. It just has like new questions in an audience mode. Quiplash is the one that I want to talk about though, because that game is probably our new favorite game. That game is insane. And I know you've played Quiplash before, right, Nick?
Is it on the original? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Is it on the original one?
No, it's not.
Then no, I haven't.
Oh, really? Okay. So, basically what it will do is the way that this game works is well, I'll give you an example. It will say, give me the name of a sexy pirate. And it will, or, does it say? Yeah, I think that's what it says, sexy pirate. And so then it will give that to, like, let's say you have 5 people playing. Each person will have 2 different questions to answer. And so then, like, basically what it will do is, so, let's say me and you are playing, we both put in our names for a sexy pirate. And then, what it will do is it'll be like, it'll tell everyone, like, here's the name of the 2 sexy pirates. You vote which one's better. So then once you vote which one's better, or once you face off between the 2 of them. So there's 2 options up there for sexiest pirate, and then everyone else votes for which one's better. So it's kind of like a nice little mechanic where like each person answers 2 questions. So if you had 5 people playing, there'd be 5 different questions, and each person would answer 2. Or sorry, 10 different questions, each person would answer 2. And then once that's done, everyone goes through and votes on different things. I do have to say the thing that, and it's partially my fault, but the thing that we didn't expect to happen right away was the game got out of hand very, very, very quickly. Like the first, like, question, everyone was kind of like, oh, cutesy answer. Well, like, then the subsequent rounds, it turned into like, super sex, race, like, derogatory, like, just the most extreme things that you can think of. Because this isn't like Fibbage. You're not trying to get people to fall for your answer. You're trying to win their votes. So you have to, like, you can go insane. And we got out of hand very quickly. It was great.
Well, here's the thing. And I guess to touch back on Drawful real quick. The main thing with me and my friends when we play those games, double meaning, is basically the overarching theme of what we do when we play that game. And it's just like the most fucked up, like I would like you would never in like an audience of people say the same shit, but since you're like in a group of friends, like you can just kind of go crazy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But that's what's fun about it. It's like you can just say like the most fucked up shit, and everybody just laughs.
Yeah, and that's exactly, and it's got, and two, when you're just like posing the questions too, there's a little bit of like it's anonymous when they're showing the question and like the choices originally. So like you'll put them up there, but then like some people will be like, I know who wrote this one. Like that could only come from one person, and that person is Mike. And I'm like, like I said, it can get, it's ridiculous. You like, and the things that people think of to like say in there, it's funny. And I don't know, just sometimes people are on the same page with a lot of things, and like you'll have two really similar answers, which is really funny when that happens. And then it's just, like I said, sometimes you'll have stuff too where you'll have like two different extremes of the same question. And the game is a lot of fun. It does have an audience mode as well too, where if you're streaming it, like people that are watching the stream can vote on the answers too. So, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I think you can have a lot of fun with that game.
I probably would. Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. The Jackbox, like I said, Jackbox Party Pack 2 went over really well. Like, especially Quiplash. We played Quiplash and Bidiots. We played a shit ton of. Fibbage is a known quantity, and Blast Core we had fun with too, although Blast Core is only good for up to 4 players. So, last night I think we were 8 players deep when we were doing Quiplash. So
now, is that on next gen systems or is it just PS3 and 360 and all that shit? So
it's next gen. So is Jackbox
nice.
1. Jackbox Party Pack 1 is next gen as well.
Oh, because we own it on PS3. I didn't know it was on PS4.
Yeah, that's what I have both of them on. So yeah, PS4, it's nice. I think it's PC Mac as well. So you do have a lot of buying options. I don't think it's out on PS3 and Xbox 360 yet, though. The Party Pack 2.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong on that one, but it didn't look like it was when I checked the other day. But these ones just came out on PS4 and Xbox One like last week. So it's pretty new release. It's a good time. And you get to use your cell phone just like before. So,
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot of fun. And actually, Quiplash too, I think like just for us as a podcast, it could be a fun thing to stream one day and just kind of all play together. Because then you can just have people like jumping on the feed and just kind of like putting in their own things. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's all I've been playing. You guys ready to move on to news?
Yes.
I've got some news for you. We're going to give you the news now.
All right. So
that's the corn opening for news.
Yeah, it's the corn.
It's the
corn
Guitar
version.
Hero 5 opening.
Oh yeah, the Guitar Hero 5, yeah.
Corn version.
So here's what I was able to scrunch together for news. Let's start with the first one. Nintendo wanted to make a less violent GoldenEye. Did you guys see this story?
I did, where they just shake hands at the end of the game.
Yeah, like Miyamoto was like, it's too violent.
Fun.
Yeah, and like apparently, like I guess they said like originally they had like this thing where I guess it was like super gory and like all this blood and stuff, and they're like, nope, that's not gonna fly. And then Miyamoto's like, I don't think they should die. I think at the end they should like get up and shake hands and
have a coffee.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm glad they didn't. But
Go to each other's kids like soccer practice and be like, hey, no, whatever.
yeah, it's not like I ever thought. I mean, to be honest, I don't think GoldenEye needed to be more violent. I think it hit the right balance of violence where it was. Not super violent, not non-violent like they wanted it to be. But I thought it would have been interesting to see where things had gone had Miyamoto had his way. Because I mean, let's be honest, he does get his way a lot with a lot of things, and rightfully so. But I think in this case, that would have been a bad decision. So, other news: Mario Tennis Ultimate Smash includes Amiibo support and online multiplayer.
What a surprise!
Yeah, well, Amiibo support is not really
kind of.
Online multiplayer is actually kind of surprising. But the Amiibo support is actually kind of decent. I guess you can train them like you do in Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, you can have like a partner that you could train to play tennis with you, and they can sort out an amiibo and bring them around with you, which is pretty neat. I mean, I guess it's great if you're going to play doubles or whatever. You can scan an amiibo to play with you. So you got that going on. It also leads to people speculating that Nintendo will finally release like a second wave of just the Mario line of amiibos. because just like in Mario Party, there's some characters that just don't have amiibos
Mhm.
in the Mario line, or just in general, like Waluigi and Daisy still don't have amiibos. And then, I mean, it makes sense to have like a Wario, Rosalina, and I know there was another one that I'm thinking of, like Donkey Kong or whatever, just that are not in like the Smash series. Wario especially because he's in his like WarioWare outfit, so I imagine they probably can confuse people, but you know, whatever. So yeah, Amiibo support's coming. Speaking of Amiibo stuff, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival has unveiled new modes. They had kind of a new, more open look at this game the other day. One of the modes sounds really fun, and the other one does not. The one that does not is the quiz mode, which looks really fucking hard, which is why it doesn't look fun. Did you guys see this at all?
No.
No? So what it will do is it will show you, like, let's just say a fish. Just a random fish. How good are you guys identifying just general fish in general?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay.
Okay. So you'd probably be okay at the quiz game then, because what it does in Animal Crossing is it'll show you a picture of fish, and then it will give you 8 choices to choose from, and you have to pick the right one.
8 choices is a bit much, but okay.
Yeah, it's, from what I've seen, it's, and actually even from what, like, I guess, I don't remember who it was, I think it was Game Explained was the demo that I saw for it. Even they said, like, the Nintendo rep they were talking to was like, yeah, this game's really only made for people who really fucking know what they're doing in Animal Crossing, because most people cannot tell you the difference between, like, these types of fish to the specificity that you need for this quiz show.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't know. But the other one is the Desert Island, like, the survival mode game, which sounds really neat. You're, like, on a desert island, and you use the characters. You have to go around and, like, forage for supplies, and you can use that to, like, make fishing rods and shelter and things. And I don't know what the actual goal is, but it looks really interesting. And two, like, so the other caveat to this, and the quiz show mode,
Mm-hmm.
they don't use the Animal Crossing amiibos. They use the Animal Crossing amiibo cards, which is really stupid.
Oh.
I know. It's like, why would you do this? You are already making, 12 fucking Animal Crossing amiibos. You couldn't make them work for these modes. You have to require the cards for it. That's ridiculous. But one of the neat things, I guess, though, about the modes is like, so in the Animal Crossing, like the survival mode, the cards, like depending which character you end up scanning in, they get different abilities. So like, I think it was a cat, for example. They don't need like a fishing rod to catch fish, because that's what cats do. They can just catch fish. So, it's interesting. How well done the mode is, I mean, I still haven't seen like a ton of it, but it sounds really interesting. I do think it's kind of a neat thing to do, but I still think making people use the card, like you can't use the amiibos. You have to have the cards to make it work. It's kind of silly. The game comes with, I think, 2 or 3 of the cards anyways, so it's not like you're like out of luck, but it's still kind of ridiculous. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to try. I will admit too, I did already buy 3 packs of amiibo cards. So, I am a sucker. But I bought them for this game, for the record. Because I don't.
Alright, there you go.
That is my defense. I do not plan on collecting all the cards.
I have a pack of cards sitting on my desk.
I just bought some because I wanted to have like a variety to play, like Amiibo Party, I guess, when it came out. Because I'm already planning on buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if I do end up buying the game, and especially if I do end up buying the like Happy Home Designer, which is kind of still on my maybe list, like I'd like to have some cards before they're impossible to find, and whatever.
They're not going to be impossible to find. I don't think they will. Honestly.
They're impossible to find right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen like stacks of them at Walmart.
I mean, I didn't look at Walmart, but I did look at 3 stores today, and none of them had them.
What 3?
Target, Best
Bad idea.
Buy,
Bad idea.
and I don't remember where the other one was, but they didn't have it either.
I've seen like an entire box full at Walmart every single time I go there. So.
Maybe it's just for Walmart. I mean, a lot of people are reporting these things aren't easy to find.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It doesn't matter, really. They are still hard to find. They were sold out forever in Japan when they came out there. And they also have, like, Wave 2 rolling out soon for those things. So, yeah, it happens. But anyways, other news. Harmonix employees caught reviewing Rock Band 4 on Amazon.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Sure
Boosting the Rock Band 4 review score on Amazon.
Yep.
I noticed.
And actually, it's surprisingly, weird timing because Amazon just sued a ridiculous amount of people for posting, reviews like that on Amazon. Because it's basically, false advertising and, all this other stuff. So, they're if you're gonna go, because it's decepting people into buying a product that they might not necessarily want. So, it's just interesting to see that they did it, around the same time as that's going on, because it just seemed like a really bad idea. Who knows? I mean, it's just kind of a shitty thing to do. I mean, yeah, the game hasn't had, horrible reviews, but they haven't been great either. And, I mean, obviously, the employees want the product to sell. And I'm sure it will. But, yeah, like I said, it's deceptive. It's kind of a shitty thing to do. Let the game stand on its own merits. Don't do stuff like that. I don't know. That's what I think. Do you guys have any thoughts on it other than that?
It's really in bad taste, honestly. I don't understand what they were thinking. Or, I know, they wanted to put the review scores to, quote unquote, sell more copies if you're that type of person who solely buys games on review scores.
Mm-hmm.
But, come on.
Yeah.
Why would you do that shit? If you made a bad game, let people review it as bad. If you made a good game, let people review it as good. I don't understand it. On the other hand, though, I will guarantee that they are not the only company that does that.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, there's got to be other companies that do it all the time. That just so happens that Harmonix got caught somehow.
Well, it's because employees are posting with their own names and accounts. So, that's a lot of it. And I'm sure it draws attention to it, too. Yeah, but like you said, obviously, it's not... I'm sure other companies do it, too, and other employees do it for different things. But I think it's just kind of how high...
Very commonly known that EA does that quite often, so... There's that.
And the other thing, too, I think we should point out, we don't know whether or not Harmonix, told the employees to do that. It's very likely it's just something the employees did on their own, because they want their product to succeed, but at the same time, it just comes off as sleazy. So
more often than not, it's something that's done by the developer telling them to do so. So, if this did actually happen, then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, alright, next story we had there. Xbox One, new UI and backwards compatibility, November 12th.
Neato.
Yeah. We still don't know what the full list of backwards compatibility games is. There's been lots of rumors and whatnot, but until then we don't know. The new UI looks like it'll be, drastically nicer.
I hope so. I hate the UI.
I hate the UI on the Xbox One, too. And
Also, fingers crossed that installations are faster.
Yeah, I hope so, too. I pray so. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to start resorting to, sticking games in and then not playing them for, a day, hoping they install. Actually,
Dude, I straight up left my Xbox One on for 2 days when Master Chief Collection came out.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I did the same thing as well. I do need to, speaking of which, I think I'm going to wait till Black Friday to look for them, but I do need to get, a new hard drive, an external drive for my Xbox One, because I really need one.
Yeah.
Because I did reach, its capacity, and I started deleting things off of it, and I'm like, oh, it's going to take so long to reinstall these things.
See, that's the one thing I'm really happy PlayStation did. And they were like, hey, let's make it possible that you can, swap hard drives. Sweet.
Well,
because
I need to say, I actually think the opposite. I want, because Microsoft made, I don't care about swapping hard drives. Microsoft made it so you can have an external drive. That's so much easier.
That's also very good.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, all right, now I got my console here, and now I gotta have this extra box off to the side for more storage. Again, not a bad idea. It's a very quick and easy way to add more storage. But at the same time, it's all right, all I gotta do is take the door off my PlayStation 4, slide the old hard drive out, put my new hard drive in, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah, but then you have to worry about
it.
transferring your data over. You have to worry
It wasn't that hard to transfer the data over, honestly.
Yeah?
Because, if you have PlayStation Plus, it's, all in the cloud, basically.
Uh-huh.
The hardest part for me when I did that was just getting the correct firmware update.
Yeah, and then you also have things, too, like PT. You lose that. You try to do your transfer thing.
I already deleted it.
Stupid.
Why? That was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want it.
You could never play it again. Never.
Alright, well, that's fine by me. Sure.
Yeah.
There was never going to be a day when I'm like, gee, I really want to play PT.
Halloween.
Let me play this demo.
Halloween. You know, the day after this podcast come out. It's a great game
There's
to
other
play
things
for
I can
Halloween.
do on. There's other things that I've planned for Halloween, like marathoning Evil Dead.
It's an experience. It is
You're-
really an
you're an
experience.
experience.
One you'll never be able to get again.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Unless I look up a video or play it on my other friends' consoles.
but it's randomly generated, and
I
some
know.
of the stuff
I realize
is
that.
random. You won't have that experience again.
I realize that. I don't really care. I let
You also
go.
could have sold your console for $1,000. Just saying.
I would feel like a dickhead if I did that. 'Cause that's preposterous.
Yeah, and actually,
Like,
I mean, you have to find a
completely-
route other than eBay because they crack down on that stuff.
But yet, you
Yeah.
wouldn't feel like a dickhead if you paid $1 for some games on SNES, huh? That clearly are not $1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this conversation happened before the podcast. This is going too far back.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
sorry, my bad.
No one realizes that. There's a difference between price gouging and straight up not knowing what you have. Like, alright, I guess this is a little side thing I'll explain and then we can move on. But like, alright, people selling amiibos for like $80. 100% price gouging. Like, that's bullshit. But like, if I'm just somebody selling a thing and I don't know what I have, then, this is how it is. I mean, to be honest, the prices of games in general aren't really based on, how good they are. It's just whatever. It's mostly based on availability and shit like that. But, if I decide that I'm going to sell this, rare comic book.
World of Conqueror's Bad Fur Day has gone up in price a shit ton.
Well, that has, yes. But, again, there's a difference between just straight up raping people's wallets and, just selling a game for whatever. I don't know. This is me.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have news-wise? Brandon, I know you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Payday 2's microtransactions.
Okay.
Alright, so Payday 2 started their Crime Fest last week, and it started by doing the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, the slimiest, fucking scummiest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
So they put microtransactions into the game. So that's one thing that was bad. First and foremost, because when someone initially asked them, when the game first released, will there ever be microtransactions? And their response was something like, what are you, stupid? Of course not. We'd never do something like that. And basically, they were very adamantly against it. That's out the fucking window now. So they put in microtransactions similar to CSGO's, where you can get case drops and then you open them up and get what's inside the case. And that would be fine. CSGO does it the right way. Whenever you get it, you get a gun skin, and it may look very pretty, and you can sell it for money. Payday 2 did it the wrong way. You get a gun skin that has flat-out better stats than every gun in the game. Just better. In fact, some of the ways that you can only beat the new stages is by paying money to open up one of these safes to get a gun skin that's better than all the rest of the gun skins in the game.
Nice.
Yeah. So, that's great. That's fantastic. They've essentially made a game pay to win. So it's paid to win day 2 now. Mm-hmm. So there we go. And then they tried to go back on and be like, oh, no, we saw the error of our ways. And what they did now is you can get drops at the end of a mission for a drill that will open up the case for you. So you can get it without paying money for it. But here's the kicker in the teeth. When you open up that safe, you can get a gun skin that's better than all the rest of the gun skins for a DLC that you don't have. So you don't get that gun. So you have to then go, and you're advertised to do this and advised to do so, go buy their DLC, install the new DLC you just bought, so you can use the skin that you just either A, paid money for, or B, got in a drop. So they found a way to make microtransactions that will force you to buy DLC, and they have 35 DLC. And there is no Game of the Year edition. So there's no way you have all of the DLC. So this is a way to, 1, sell microtransactions, which they said they would never do, and 2, sell their DLC, which is so overabundant, it's already split the community, like, as a whole, every which way. So, this is just scummy and terrible on all parts. And the fact that they haven't reversed or anything makes it even worse. And instead of, like, owning up to it, they just try to blame everyone that reported on it, being like, oh, you guys just don't understand. But a lot of players, big-time, long-time players, because this game has a huge community, have literally just said, fuck you, I quit, buy Overkill. Also, this would make sense if this game was AAA, if it was a Ubisoft game, if it was I mean, even a Valve game, let's be frank. If this was a Valve game, if this game was free to play, if this was Microsoft. But this is an indie-developed game, fully indie, who was very adamantly against DLC, breaking apart the game into multiple pieces so you don't get the full experience, which they've already gone back and done, and also microtransactions, which they've now gone and done as well. So they've just done a lot of scummy shit the last week, and they don't even seem to care. And to top it off, instead of fixing the problems in the PC version that it already has, such as crashing issues, such as frame rate issues, such as problems with launching the fucking game, or to make the Xbox One or PS4 version playable, because they both barely work still, even after this long of being released, they decide to put microtransactions in and try to squeeze the game for the last little bit of money they can get before it dies off.
Sounds lovely. I mean, I did read a lot of people saying that they were like, I am never going to buy anything from these people again. This just makes me so angry. So
yeah, it's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and like these people used to be pretty decent human beings, but they've become shitbags. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what they were thinking. So
I think they just got greedy. I mean, that's what most people assume. Like they got overtaken by the greed, because I mean, like I said originally, this was an indie game. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, did you have any other news to talk about?
I don't think I have any more. I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
But I don't think I have anything else. No.
Alright. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up then?
Oh, I can mention the Halo packs, because I did want to mention this on the show. So a lot of people have been kind of put off by Halo 5 and its microtransactions. I just want to say, currently, from what I'm seeing, you can use in-game credits, and you don't have to pay money for any of the microtransactions, except for the giant $25 bundle if you want to do that. And honestly, if you want to do that, I mean, you're going to do it anyway, but whatever. The online multiplayer is supposedly really well done compared to, their last forte into the game, which was, Master Chief Collection, but we don't talk about that. There was some weird stuff that happened. Some people got the game early, but they were only allowed to play, like, the first 3 chapters, because after the first 3 chapters, they couldn't continue on without an update if they were in offline mode. For some reason, I don't know how it works, but essentially Microsoft found a way to lock people out of being able to play a game if they got it early, by not giving the update that they needed to actually be able to continue past a certain point. So there's that. It's interesting, and and like I was saying with the microtransactions, they're mostly cosmetic. There's also some for like the Drop Zone multiplayer, which is a huge multiplayer, but the way that works is more like, if you guys remember playing, or how the online mode of Titanfall worked, where like you had like creeps essentially, where you had like AI control people and shit, and like they would spawn and stuff. Yeah, it kind of works like that, and you can just drop ones that have like more powerful weapons, and you get like one-time unlocks for that. But that mode's not as heavily, what's the word I'm looking for, competitive, and it seems just more like a fun slap-on thing. So I kind of think it's okay to have the the unlock component for that in the microtransactions, which you can again buy with points. So what's it matter if someone's going to start out with a needler or an alien carbine or BR instead of their normal AR and pistol? I think it's perfectly fine, especially when it's essentially AI and team versus AI and team, because it kind of maybe evens the field a little bit, because you're going to have a bit of a shit show anyway, because like it's 120 players on screen at once, so it's a bit of a shit show already. So I mean, I don't know, it's probably just like a fun mode, but there you go. And that's where I weigh on the whole thing. And if you pre-order the game, you can currently open up the packs. Obviously, this doesn't matter because the game will already be out by the time this comes out. But that was kind of cool. They allowed you to go in and customize your character and open up your packs early before the game released. So that was pretty neat. So there you go.
Nice. All right. Anything else to talk about before we wrap up?
Got a Retron 5. It's pretty cool. If you guys like retro games such as Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and that sort of stuff, and also Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, because you can play Game Boy Advance on your TV with this thing, which is really neat. And you don't want to use the fucking swapping out the coaxial and the AV cables and all that shit. This runs on HDMI, and it runs really well, and it comes with its own proprietary controller that's pretty damn good, and you can actually map all of the buttons, so that's cool as well. And it has a built-in like 2-button thing that's like for save and load state that you can like click on the side of the controller, and I like it. If you're getting into retro games and you want to actually play them and not just collect them, I think this is the best thing for doing so. So
that's why actually, if I may chime in real quick, that's what I used to play a lot of. Like I've been using it to play Final Fantasy recently. I used it to play Mario RPG when we played through that. I used to play Chrono Trigger.
The fucking coolest thing about it is the fact that each side has 3 panels where you can plug in a Super Nintendo controller, a Sega Genesis controller, an NES controller, or a Famicom, or a Super Famicom, or a Mega Drive, and all that shit's so cool. Like,
I
you can actually plug in the old controllers and play it with the original controllers even, which is really
I mostly love it for the save states and the HDMI. That's the 2 main ones for me. And again, mostly the HDMI, because I explained this, I don't think we talked about this on podcast last week, it might have been post or pre or whatever. When you have all the systems and limited shelf space and limited power space to plug in multiple systems,
godsend.
And especially if you have a TV that cannot run some of the systems, like NES, Genesis,
because this makes it feel smooth as fuck. Like, it doesn't have like the input lag you would have for, like on a HD TV with like Super Nintendo and that sort of shit. Because you'll get input lag with HD TVs and old consoles, but with this one in the HDMI cable, you don't have input lag, and it feels very nice. So
this is very much a convenience machine. Costs a little bit of money, like $130, $140.
Yeah, it's $130.
But definitely is great for convenience. So like now I can just have all my consoles displayed and have just one plugged in instead of having like 10 consoles plugged in. So it's really convenient.
I was like, I got this copy of Mega Man X, and I really want to play it. I'll buy it.
I can. So that's great. I would definitely recommend getting that.
Yeah, me too. So there you go.
Nice. All right. Is that all?
Yep, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us this week. Don't forget you can download our episodes from iTunes, from Stitcher, or from the website doublegaming.com. Leave us a review in any of those places. Share the podcast with a friend. We always appreciate the feedback. I mean, you can get a hold of us on Twitter at GMECRUNCH, or on Facebook if you want to leave the feedback there instead. Or even, I'm on Twitter, as you probably know. But also, thank you to Loyalist and Samus for the awesome contributions to the podcast. Brandon, do you have any fun things you'd like to share?
No, I'm really upset. I couldn't do my streams for you guys. I really wanted to do a Guitar Hero live stream. I'm going to find a way to do so at some point, even if I have to go out and buy a PVR. I'm going to try to stream later on, like Beat Mania, Guitar Hero Live, Rock Band, and some more gameplay from just other games in general. but I don't know when I'll have it set up. So just stay tuned in the coming episodes to find out when I'll be able to set that shit up.
Okay. Nick, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, I know I talked to you guys before we started recording, but I wanted to give a shout out because he was so kind of giving us a shout out the other night when he was streaming. DJ Cutman of Game Chops, and I think I've talked about this before.
Whoa! You said Game Chops. You didn't say DJ Cutman. I would have known who that was. Holy shit!
Oh,
really?
yeah.
He gave us a shout out. That's cool. Hi, DJ Cutman. I like your work. You're very, very talented.
Game Chops is actually local to my area, and I've met DJ Cutman a few times. He's a really awesome dude. Love talking to him. I've met a few other DJs from Game Chops. Game Chops is a video game remix label. They bunch of DJs, basically they remix various types of video game music. They have a Splatoon album.
I gotta listen to that one. I haven't been keeping up with my
Actually, I bought I'm not sure if they're on the website. I'm not even actually sure you can still get them. But last time I saw him, which was at Too Many Games back in June, I bought a USB key that had every album they've ever released.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now I have everything. But they have great Katamari remix albums, Final Fantasy remix albums, Diddy Kong Racing, stuff like that.
How much I love Katamari. I love it. Two Katamari 5 me.
And the other night, the 25th, they released their newest, not album, but like a 4-song little EP. By my personal favorite DJ of theirs, Joshua Moore's Vlad 2, which is a Castlevania remix album, and it's sequel to his other album, Vlad. So it's pretty great Halloween remix music that you can listen to this spoopy holiday that will be happening tomorrow by the time this releases.
Yes,
so definitely do yourself a favor if you like electronic music, and especially like video game music. Check them out. They have really great stuff. So there's my shout out back to DJ Cutman. So
fuck yeah. Hello. Great job. Awesome. Also, just to give you guys a heads up, since you said this will be premiering before Halloween, like a day before?
Well, this would be
Day
Friday
before Halloween.
Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't forget to watch the new Evil Dead television show that comes on tomorrow night, which will be fucking awesome.
I'm trying to get watch that show.
Has motherfucking Bruce Campbell in it, so you know it's going to be amazing.
All you need.
But all you need is love.
Nope.
Well,
all you need is Bruce Campbell. It's the same thing. I mean, come on.
No, all you need is Bruce Campbell, but
which counts as love.
Also, you can use the power of love, and the power of love is a real thing because Huey Lewis wrote a song about it.
It's true. I actually have a pop figure that I recently got of Ash from Evil Dead, just kind of chilling up there on my desk.
Nice.
Good times.
Yes.
Nick, also, what did we learn from the podcast today?
Oh, there you go.
We learned that Guitar Hero wasn't as bad as we initially thought, at least not for Brandon.
Actually, it's fantastic. But there you go.
I learned that Triforce Heroes isn't complete junk. And I also learned I have to play more video games during the week.
Alright, let's get a breakdown of it. Too Long Didn't Read version, so go.
Yeah. There you go.
Good. Awesome. And, but you should have already known about the video game things.
I don't like that we didn't get a bullshit thing. Like, I learned not to eat meat on Sundays because it will give you gas or something like that. I was really hoping.
Well, first off, I always eat on Sundays too. That's my secret. I always have gas. So that's your number one problem there.
Maybe the gas is why he doesn't play very many video games, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Well, no, because I can just play like my DS or whatever if I'm pooping at home.
And I guess, wrap things up again. My name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me on the internet. I am Clash of Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on!
Game on. Also, I learned that Everclear does not make good mouthwash.
Who doesn't make good mouthwash?
Everclear.
That's a band. I would assume that.
Are you talking about the alcohol?
Yeah, I'm talking about alcohol.
Why would you use that as mouthwash?
Well, I was just saying something random at the end, that's all.
That sounds so nasty. Nasty.
Nasty. I may possibly be getting another Xbox, and it's gonna be free if I do get it.
Xbox One?
Yes.
What do you need 2 for?
No. Right now, I'm not sure if either of you follow Bethesda's Twitter, but they're going around to major cities right now on a Vault Boy tour.
Uh-huh.
And in certain locations, they're hiding the custom Xbox One Pip Box edition.
Uh-huh.
And they're marking it with a certain special Vault Boy, like the bobblehead. And one is going to be in Denver tomorrow. And I have a friend who lives in Denver, so I'm like, listen, you find this fucking console, you will get my old one. That is your payment, because I want that more than I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
More than you want to live, huh?
Well, not more than I want to live. I mean, I would still like to be,
You're just gonna be in a grave, dead, with the console sitting on your grave.